everybody, and welcome. As you can probably tell, I am attempting Inktober. It's a challenge I've seen hundreds of artists do, and I thought I'd give it a shot this year. Now, I've never used inks before, and I've never given myself the challenge of drawing every single day, but I'm going to be really impressed with myself if I do it all 31 days, and I'm really going to push for that. So, I know there's an official prompt list, and there's many other prompt lists you can find online, but at the end of the 31 days, I wanted all my illustrations to look like a family, and I wanted them to be under the same concept in the end. So I made up a theme for myself, and I called it Unusual Companions. I thought it'd be a fun excuse to draw animals that I've never drawn before, and maybe a good way to practice backgrounds, because who does backgrounds? Not me. Now for day 1, I chose a whale because I thought it would be a perfect match for an unusual companion. As I said before, this was my first time using inks, so I just went at it as if I was using a watercolor, and I think that approach is working, but as you can see, I was really scared when it came to contrast. The inks dried down a lot lighter than I expected, but honestly, I've struggled with contrast for a while, and that's definitely something I'm going to practice throughout this month, and you can see throughout this week that I tried to be more brave with it. Day 2 ended up being one of my favorite illustrations of this week. I decided to draw a llama because I thought they'd be really fun to stylize. As of for the humans in all of these illustrations, I didn't put much thought into them, and I kept them really, really simple, since my main focus was the animals and backgrounds and practicing with ink. I didn't want to worry about details of drawing people. As of for this background, I really like it actually. I wanted more detail than day 1's drawing, and I think those little llamas in the back really showed depth, but honestly they were just really fun to draw, and I think they're pretty cute. But I was happy because I thought my contrast was really getting better at this point, and I was feeling really motivated on day 2 to continue with Inktober. For day 3, I wanted to push myself into a night scene, thinking that that would really make my characters pop off the dark background. I remember I had to do this illustration later on in the evening, so by this time I was just too lazy to build up my layers and wait on the drying, so I didn't end up putting as much detail in the trees and in the animals as I had hoped. So I tried to make up for it in the line art, but I'm just not too sure about how it ended up turning out. And I don't know about anybody else, but I was getting a lot of Goofy movie vibes when they go to the Possum Park from this illustration. Day 4 is another one of my favorites, but that might be because I drew a baby elephant, and they might possibly be my favorite animal. I swear I spend so much time watching compilations of baby elephants. They're just too darn cute. But I also like the technique I used for the background. It's really simple but effective, I think. This is also the first day that I added a border to my illustration. And once I peeled off the tape, I really liked how it turned out, and it made me want to start experimenting more with borders and seeing what I can do. On my past 3 illustrations, I left a rough edge, and I really like that look too because it makes it look really rustic and old. But this nice crisp edge, I really dig it. I had a lot of fun with day 5, looking up different types of tropical birds and coming up with different poses for them. But I was lazy again and didn't want to layer up my ink. It probably would have been really cool to make different patterns on the birds with different tones of grays, but I just let my line art try to do the work again. I don't know if it worked out that well. But like I said in the last one, I really wanted to experiment with borders. So for this one, I was inspired by Casey Golden because I've seen some of her art where she lets the characters pop outside of the border, and I thought that was really neat, and I wanted to try experiment with that. All in all, I thought this one was really fun, and it ended up looking pretty cute, but I wish I would just do some more experimenting with the inks and stop being so lazy. So I'm not gonna lie, I actually skipped day 6 and I did 2 drawings on day 7. Excuses, my family was over here and I didn't have time, blah blah blah, whatever. So does this mean I lost the challenge? I'm not sure. Probably not, right? Anyways, I illustrated a giraffe and a little boy. The little boy was kind of an afterthought, but I had a good time drawing the giraffe. His spots were fun. But other than that, I really don't have anything to say about this illustration. Yeah. So, unlike the last piece, I have a lot to say about this one. Day 7. Oh boy, I don't like it. Maybe it's because I did it right after the last one and I was kind of over it. I debated just taking this one out, but that's not real. I need to show my crappy drawings too. Don't they say you have to make 1,000,000 crappy drawings before you make one good one? I don't know if that's true. I might have just made that up, but it sounds right. Anyways, I like the concept. The execution was just poor. Wow, what a good note to end on. I would just like to thank you if you actually made it to the end of this video. I appreciate it. I'm new here to YouTube and I want to start posting more art videos and more creative stuff every week, maybe. That would be cool. So, I mean, if you liked it, maybe you could subscribe or check out my other stuff. I don't know. But yeah, have a good day, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.